Hi everyone, let's talk about importing modules. A lot of the functionality in Python is only available by importing modules. Some of those modules are available for importing by default. They are the built-in modules. Other modules we have to install first. We will learn about that later. To import a module, we can simply type import followed by the module name. Here we import the module math. What happened here is that we created a name math in our namespace. Now to access this module, we can look at what names, functions and methods are contained within math with the dir function. Here we have all the names that are available in the module. To access any of those names, we use dot notation. We type the module name followed by a dot followed by the name we want to access. Here we want to access the name pi. This gives us, of course, the circle number. Now this is the standard way of importing, but there is another way. The way using the from keyword. With the from keyword, we can import different names into our current namespace instead of importing the larger module. For that, we type from math import, and after this import keyword, we can put any name that is contained within the math module that we want to import. But we can also use the asterisk to import all names into our current namespace. What happened here is we did not create a module math, but we took all the names that were contained within the math module and pulled them into our current namespace. So for example, here you see pi and all the other math functions. The advantage of this method is that we don't have to type math.name, math.py for example. We can simply access the names now because we collapsed them into our current namespace and just access them without dot notation. One disadvantage of this method is that this will override any names that are previously defined that coincide with names defined in the module. Let me show you what that exactly means. It means when I, for example, define a name e equals 10, and now I import the math module with all its names, there is a name e, which is Euler's number, within the math module, and this will override the e I defined here. Let me show you. E is right now 10, and as soon as we import, e changed value to Euler's number. So this is a risky way of importing modules, because if you are not aware of each and every name that is contained within this module, and possibly you even import modules that are not built in and that are not from a trusted source, it might override previously defined names that you depend on, and overwriting them with other values will cause errors. Now, instead of using the asterisk, we can also use individual names to import only small parts of the module if we don't need the entire module. This is a big advantage over the asterisk, because if we do this, we always know exactly which names we import, and we can be careful not to import names that will override names we have already defined. So now I have e available here, but pi is not available because we only imported this one name. But we can also use commas to import more than one name. Now we have e tau, but not pi available. There's one last thing we can do, and that is to import a module under a different name. This is not really useful for the math module because math is already a really short name. But if you have longer module names, or maybe some modules, they have known short versions of their name, you want to import like this. So you import math simply under the name m, and then the module math will not be known under the name math, but only under the name m. And we can again access everything as usual. That was a typo, sorry, but with the name m instead of math. Now finally, you might be wondering what kind of modules are available to me built into Python. And this you can simply look up in the Python documentation here. This is a full list of all the built-in modules that you have available for importing. To make full use of Python, I encourage you to quickly go through this list, and whenever you need to do new things that you're not familiar with, you probably want to look at this list to see if what we are trying to do is already implemented in a module that is built in. Of course, you should also look if other people already solved the problem you're trying to solve, and maybe there is a package available for you to install and then import. Now that's it for importing modules. I hope this video helped you, and I hope to see you in the next one.